Hi, wanted to make a video going over the deck list I played at the San Antonio Regional. I'm not going to dive too much into my run. I ended 5-3-1, losing both my wooden ends to Snorlax Stall. So I don't want to go over the run too much. I went 1-1-1 into Draco. I beat Azard, and then I beat Dango and Archaludon and Lugia. So nothing too crazy as far as matchups or anything go, but wanted to focus more on the 60 and kind of just talk over the idea of what this deck is, how it functions, and why we played it. So the reason we played Conkeldurr is because part of our group had already played it to the Toronto Regional and played a similar 60, somewhere around 50 of the same cards, and thought that the deck list was really good, just needed a little bit of fine tuning, but felt that its matchups into the meta were super strong, and the meta was not going to change too much before San Antonio, so we really dug our heels in and decided to start refining this 60, and this is where we landed. Now, the reason Conkeldurr is so strong is because you can kill every attacker in the format, and then a lot of the times you can kill it with poison, so that way it does not trigger Fez, shutting down most decks' draw engine. The way you're able to do that is because Conkeldurr's attack does 250 damage if it's affected by a status condition, so you poison yourself with Brute Bonnet, and then 250 damage is dealt for free. Now you can manipulate this 250 damage a lot of ways. You can use Binding Mochi, so that way it hits 290, and then it does 300 after the poison tick. You can play that Sneasler, so that way your base attack does 280 damage after the poison tick. It does 320 damage after the poison tick with a Binding Mochi, meaning when you play this Gravity Mountain, any stage 2 Pokemon has 30 less HP, so you're able to one-shot the likes of Zard, you're able to one-shot Pidgeot, you're able to one-shot Dragapult, you're able to one-shot Gardevoir EX. So there's just a lot of ways for you to be able to one-shot attackers or the main parts of most decks. That's really how this deck boils down. Some important things to note are the Iron Bundle is in here, so that way when a Regidrago V uses Goodra's Rolling Iron, you're able to reset that damage reduction pretty easily by going Iron Bundle CC or Iron Bundle Boss to be able to bring that rolling or that Regidrago V star back up. Pidgeot EX as the engine, just because it's so broken. Finding one card per turn is incredible. Rotom V is in there, so that way turn 1, you Arven for Trolley, you fill up your bench, and then you're able to instant charge to fill your hand and have every piece you need, so that way next turn you can go double Rare Candy, you can Rare Candy into a Conkeldurr and Rare Candy into a Pidgeot, and then this deck is just off the ground running. One important support mon is that Blood Moon Ursaluna. A lot of Pokemon and a lot of decks are able to kill Conkeldurr and a Bench Timber, or to be able to wipe your board of all Conkeldurrs and Timbers. So this Blood Moon Ursaluna is a backup attacker if your opponent goes Noir your Timber, kill your Conkeldurr, and then you have nothing left. At the end of the game, you're able to go Jet, Blood Moon, and then take your pick of what support mon you would like to kill with that guy. Another important thing to note about this deck is we have 4 Pokegear. Now, this might seem extreme, however, if you are not turn 1 Arvening or turn 1 Trolleying, this deck really falls apart. Not being able to get that full bench out turn 1 and then instant charge really just sets you behind, so the reason we're playing the 4 gear is for that. Also, if your opponent were to ever go kill your support mon like Pidgeot and then Iono, it could be hard sometimes to reestablish. So if you get Iono into a Pokegear and that Pokegear finds you an Arven, you might be able to reestablish your board, so that way you're not afraid of a second Iono. Another important thing to note is that this Pheasantipede EX is our only draw. However, you don't always need to bench this Pheasantipede. After you instant charge, you're really able to establish everything you need on the board right in front of you, and if your opponent doesn't kill your attacking Conkeldurr, if they decide to, boss your Rotom or kill your Pidgeot, then that means you still have your attacker. So you don't really need to bench another support mon, allowing your opponent to go 2-2-2, and really able to force them to answer to that Conkeldurr. The one of Girder is quite important as well. If you're not able to find triple candy turn 2, almost every game you're able to find the 2 candy and then find your Girder, so that way you can just manually evolve on turn 3. This deck is incredible. It's a lot of fun. It's really consistent. It has an answer into everything that was in the meta at the time, and I think it even survives in the Badoo format. All you really need is your Bonnet, your Capsule, and a Sneasler, and you're able to kill a Badoo to poison. Your opponent can't Fez, and then if they can't reestablish that Badoo, then you're able to keep swinging. So this deck is a lot of fun. I recommend you play it and you try it out. If you do, let me know how it goes. I enjoy seeing people play the silly decks that we come up with. But thanks for tuning in. Sadly, we came up short on this day too, but we won't on the next one. So thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and hopefully see you soon.